As soon as I said yes to the Methodist Disciples and Presbyterian Cooperative Camp Committee's request to direct my first junior high camp, the cadre of volunteers scattered like bugs in the light. I was abandoned with the responsibility of finding and training 6 counselors for 52 kids, a book with a few good ideas for programming, the holy ground of Camp Rickman in Jeff City, and the grace of God. I took my Apple IIe and dot matrix printer so I could write a talk each night for a morning devotion that spoke to whatever had occurred the day before. I took a box of Legs pantyhose waist for Glenn Bannerman games so the kids would stay energized through devotions and small groups. The night before the campers arrived, I trained the mostly college-age counselors, and we grew close through laughter that took our breath away. 2 phrases were born that week. We enhanced our exuberance with "Yippee!" and we survived being with 52 junior high kids 24/6 by saying to other counselors, I'm losing it bad," whenever the need arose to let off steam. The last full day of camp, it poured down rain, and we spent the afternoon playing a game that involved various balls, balloons, pantyhose, water, and mud. As we came in for showers and supper, one kid's suggestion grew into a unison cry, "Let's have a dance." Not being Baptist, I did the math. While they washed, ate, and packed, I could drive to Mexico to fetch my stereo. While I hadn't calculated the Friday evening single-lane lake traffic, I did return in 2 hours to be a muddy, hungry DJ. One pair was delayed as we left the dance. They were to experience their first kiss while many of us watched in the shadows. The boy, in his exuberance and fear of missing the 10 p.m. curfew, took a shortcut to the bathroom, slipped on the Rickman rocks, and cut his forehead open on the metal that hung down at the building's back. Head wounds bleed profusely, and I packed towels, medical release forms, and the bleeding boy into my car to race to the emergency room. While he got stitches, I made a difficult phone call to his parents. It might have been easier if they were strangers, but the kid was one of my youth. Well after midnight, we drove back down the Rickman Road to discover an entire camp sitting or sleeping in a line on the curb, awaiting our arrival, and the first news that he and I were both going to be okay. That image of a lineup of kids sitting for hours is indelibly etched in my consciousness as a picture of a community of faith, hope, and love. Maybe the memories of a community experience help you through these days as we find new ways to be a community of faith, hope, and love while keeping a loving distance. What image of community carries you through these times?